Now please rise, and if you are in the hallways, please pause and join us in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of our country. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
Hello, and welcome to this edition of Mornings. I'm Erin Jessberger. Let's look into what's going on at North Penn this week. We are together. We're not unlike. We're the same. We stand with you all. Anthony Marasco. Someone once asked me what my true desire is. It's Chick-fil-A. Maya Miox. Sometimes a haiku does not make sense at all. Refrigerator. David Riley. We are excited to report that close to 400 students have submitted haikus to our first annual Haiku U contest. North Penn faculty and staff are currently casting their votes to whittle the pool down to 30 finalists, and all students will place their votes, have a chance to vote for their favorite poems for the 30 finalists next week. We will be announcing the winners on the next Friday morning show. Prizes and everything is supplied by the North Penn Faculty Foundation. Staff is reminded to vote in ASAP. No haikus here, but no haiku use here, but Mr. Brumball is back again to test your knowledge on this week's Brumball Challenge.
Hey, welcome to this week's Brumball Challenge. In continuing our celebration of Black History Month, who is the first black man to have a national monument? The answer when we get back.
In honor of Black History Month, this week we are highlighting 3 prominent African Americans. Let's take a minute to recognize these important historical figures.
Rosa Parks is known for helping to initiate the U.S. Civil Rights Movement when she refused to give up her seat to a white man on a Montgomery, Alabama bus in 1955. Her actions inspired the leaders of the local black community to organize the Montgomery bus boycott. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. played a key role in the American Civil Rights Movement and sought equality and human rights for African Americans, the economically disadvantaged, and all victims of injustice through peaceful protest from the mid-1950s until his assassination in 1968. Born into slavery, Harriet Tubman escaped to freedom in 1849 to become the most famous conductor on the Underground Railroad, freeing more than 300 slaves, including her family. She was also the first woman to lead an armed expedition in the war, guiding the Combahee River Raid, which liberated more than 700 slaves in South Carolina. Michelle Canario reporting for NPTV.
The Polar Pop Fundraiser is right around the corner. Special Olympics is planning a fundraiser. To join in, fill a balloon with water, pick a spot to film, record yourself horizontally or hamburger style as someone else pops the water-filled balloon above your head. Share your video on social media with the hashtag Freezing for a Reason, hashtag PAPolarPop, hashtag United. Upload your video to Special Olympics PA Dropbox to be included in the Polar Pop Plunge celebration. If you're a part of the Heptathlon team, please upload your video to the shared folder on the Canvas page. To register, please contact Club Advisor Mr. Berger. Deadline is February 22nd. Join the Vietnamese Cultural Club for a Lunar New Year themed escape room on February 25th. Thursday at 2:45 p.m. You can join with Google Classroom code GAUUKAI or email vuuj@stu.npenn.org with any questions. We know some North Penn students drive and possibly even own a vehicle. Maybe you even named your vehicle BMW Bob. Who knows? Well, we found out. what some of you had to say on this week's question of the week.
But behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
I've named my orange Jeep Renegade Shelby. I kind of just picked around a few names in my head and landed on Shelby. So, yeah.
My car's name is Fat Amy, like Fat Amy from Pitch Perfect, because my car's a little high and a little bulky in size.
Let's get right into this week's lowdown. North Penn's Technology and Engineering Education Department is hosting a Virtual Engineers Week program on February 24th at 7 p.m. It will last an hour long, and this event is open for all students from grades 7th to 11th. To sign up, visit the North Penn Engineering or North Penn Tech Ed website. For those interested in boys volleyball, tryouts will place on March 1st at 5 p.m. Save the date. Yearbook sales are available to purchase online through March 1st. To purchase your own, visit www.dostonsyearbooks.com. Speaking of yearbooks, seniors, be sure to check your email to participate in superlative voting for this year's yearbook. Another important message to all seniors: this is the time of year where you have the opportunity to apply for senior award scholarships. Click the link found in the daily bulletin, the Senior Awards heading, to do so. And that's all we have for this week's lowdown.
We have a champion at North Penn. Congratulations to Lucas Francis, who won the SOL bowling title on Wednesday. Francis' 669 series was good enough for the gold, while teammate Tyler Johnson finished second with a 617 series. The boys basketball earned a hard-fought victory over Pennsbury on Wednesday night, ending out the Falcons 53-50. Josh Jones scored 16 points, and Milan Bulgara added 14 to the lead Knights. The wrestling team captured the Suburban 1 tournament title last weekend. They'll send 5 wrestlers to compete in the District 1 tournament this weekend at Quakertown. Also competing in the Suburban 1 championship last weekend were the girls and boys swim teams. Winners for the boys were Masson Potts, Bobby Fries, Luke Angel, Nate Clark, and Scott Klein. For the girls, Kaylin Daly captured the 200 free, Charlotte Tham won the 100 fly, and Emma Razor touched first in the 100 backstroke. Both swim teams are gearing up for the Division 1 swim champs next weekend. That's all we have for this week's sports.
And with that win, North Penn swim teams are looking a little different this year. NPTV's Lane Dublin had a chance to catch up with a few of the senior swimmers to give an inside look on this year's swim season.
Sports have drastically changed since the beginning of the pandemic. I got the chance to speak to Kaylin Daly and Nick Clark about their seasons this year on the swim team.
We have had less meets this year because we're only swimming people in our league. We've had one virtual meet, which was actually really interesting because we got to swim the boys team there as well. So I think that worked out really well because we got that opportunity to swim with them, and we could use all of our lanes. So we got a lot of kids to swim and swim good times that maybe they wouldn't have gotten the chance to do. So I think it's been a little different, a little shorter, but we're just really grateful to be able to have a season at all.
Shutdowns. I remember the first shutdown leading into swim season. I think we had a week of training, and then they announced that we'd be gone for 2 weeks again. And it was kind of like a punch in the stomach because we just finished water polo season, pretty much going the entire way through. And then we get into 1 week of swimming and we get shut down for 2 weeks. And then we come back for another week. Then we get shut down for, I think it was almost an entire month. And then we come back and then somebody gets COVID and then we get shut down again.
My teammates, a lot of us started swimming with North Penn Aquatic Club when we were a lot younger. So we've been swimming together for a really long time. And, you know, we're all going to go off to college next year, at least all the seniors. And I'm going to keep swimming in college, but it's going to be hard because I'm going to be introduced to a bunch of new people who I haven't swum with before, and these girls have been kind of my family growing up. In the future, I'll end up with a group of people who I can be just as close with as I am with the teammates now.
I'm going to miss the people so much because, I'm still going to have the sport with me in college, but, swimming has given me my best friends. And then obviously, I'm going to miss swimming in an auditorium, and I'm going to miss the coaches, but that's definitely going to be the hardest part.
Thank you very much, Lane Dublin. And did you tweet your answer at NPTV with the answer to this week's Brumball Challenge? Let's check in with Mr. Brumball himself with the answer.
Hey, the answer you've all been waiting for. The first black man to receive his own national monument. The only two before that were Abraham Lincoln and George Washington. Was George Washington Carver, the father of the peanut and one of America's greatest agricultural minds. And he, along with George Washington and Abraham Lincoln, were the first three Americans to have national monuments. His national monument is in Diamond, Missouri. Bet you didn't know that? Now you do. Thanks for playing this week's Brumball Challenge.
All right, Anna making her broadcast debut today on the virtual morning show, and I would like to congratulate Mr. Swindell's first period class on getting the correct answer on the Brumball Challenge today. Can you say congratulations?
Congratulations.
Can you say Lane Dubin?
Lane Dubin.
Awesome. Folks, have a great weekend. Stay safe out there in that virtual environment. We'll see you back on Monday. Aaron, back to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Berger and Anna. Before we leave you today, we leave another reason of why we love North Penn. Even though we're in a wintry wonderland, the stadium is ahead of schedule. I repeat, the stadium is ahead of schedule. So there we go, everyone. All right. Well, I'm Erin Jessberger. Have a great day, North Penn.